my dad was the only one in 𝐏𝐤𝐭𝐜𝐡𝐬𝐢.
Sure.
As a parent who would come and watch me. The owner of the team, he gave me a 2 rand. And he was like, come play for my team. I didn't play a single game. My dad was there and I cried. As soon as I said, hello, I'm with my parents, stuff like that, he hung up.
Masanda wanted to get all the exclusive content. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave us your comments. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to an exclusive episode of the Pitchside. This is the part where you say, podcast.
Podcast.
Ow, ono. Katlego, Tsiki, Ntsabeleng from Davidton.
Yes, sir.
𝐏𝐤𝐿𝐴,
yeah.
Manisho.
Born and bred, yes, sir.
How did you get the nickname?
Tsiki.
Yes.
So I used to, there was this trick 𝐏𝐤𝐭𝐜𝐡𝐬𝐢 used to do on the ball. When they pass him the ball, he used to just chip it and then just turn around and get it again. So
Sure.
it was my thing, you know. So
Yeah.
I did it a lot when I was younger.
Okay.
And then that nickname kind of stayed with me until I grew up.
All right. What part of Davidton are you from?
I'm from 𝐏𝐤𝐭𝐜𝐡𝐬𝐢.
𝐏𝐤𝐿𝐴.
Yeah.
Okay. Ngazi bathi mawungena ngeDavidton, iGardens or something.
Garden Village.
Garden Village.
Ah, yeah, the end, yeah. You know the end, yeah. Something like that, for sure, yeah.
So Davidton has a big history with South African football. There's so many players that have come from there and have gone on to make big names for themselves in the country. Do you think coming from Davidton comes with that sort of pressure?
To me, I didn't look at it as pressure.
Okay.
It's more like inspiration, you know.
Yeah.
If they can do it, I can do it.
100%.
Exactly. So that was the mentality I had. But also, obviously, we know the situation with Davidson players and stuff like that. So I had to make that adjustment to make sure I don't fall into the same traps that they did. So it was kind of like inspiration and a learning curve for me. So
let's talk about that. I mean, it's no secret that footballers are also renowned for having a hectic lifestyle, sometimes girls, drinking, and so forth. What is it that, especially coming from Davidton, because I guess you're the next wave of the next group of players that are going to be coming out, that stands out for you, that you need to leave a mark so that the next generation that comes after you has another point or perspective to look at?
I think, like you said, just being a soccer player can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
I think sometimes without the proper advice, the proper guidance, you can easily get lost. So for me, I think my family has been my pillar of strength. So whether it's any decision I make in terms of my career, education, or whatever the case may be, I always involve them so that, you know, I know my decisions stem from someone who has like the best interest in heart for me.
Yeah.
So things like that. And just to get back to your point, I think if it didn't happen to those legends that it happened to, we wouldn't have had those learning lessons. So things work out in different ways.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How important is family to you?
Family is a big part of my life. My family has been supporting me throughout my career.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad was the only one in 𝐏𝐤𝐭𝐜𝐡𝐬𝐢.
Sure.
As a parent who would come and watch me, which was, you know, at the time for me, I didn't really understand, you know, because I was really young. But as I grew older, then I got to see not a lot of kids have support like that from their parents. So for me, it was motivating to also to, like, you know, if you find something that's bigger than you, I feel like it's very difficult for you to give up. So that was it for me.
Do you think 𝐼𝐻𝑖MA was the first person then who would say he saw talent in you?
Yeah, for sure. I think my dad, from when I was young,
Yeah.
he just gave me a ball. And I remember one time I used to even sleep with a ball, just so I can get that connection, I guess. It was his idea. But yeah, those little things, we used to train a lot. Me and him have a very close relationship when it comes to football. So yeah, he's been every step of the way.
All right, so 𝐼𝐻𝑖MA gives you this ball, and then obviously growing up 𝐾𝐶, then what is your journey then making it up the ranks to say, okay, from estrateni manje sesedastini?
Yeah. To be honest, for me, obviously playing in the streets, and then some friends, hey, kune team 𝐓𝐬𝐢𝐤𝐢, let's go play there. So yeah, I went there, played for. What was the name of the team? But the coach 𝐏𝐤𝐿𝐴.
Okay, yeah.
I remember the coach 𝐏𝐤𝐿𝐴.
Yeah.
And then we went on to play this other team. It was a bigger team in my area called Peacemakers.
Yes.
They used to like win tournaments, host tournaments and stuff like that. So we played against them, and I managed to play well.
Okay.
So the owner of the team, I think I told the story before, but he gave me a 2 rand. And he was like, come play for my team. And then from then on, I think that's when I started taking it seriously, because the coach at that team, he was very instilling discipline in us to a point where like we couldn't date if you played for his team. You couldn't if you played for his team. Yeah, so stuff like that. So it was a bit like difficult, because obviously as a young kid you want to explore, you want to do all
100%.
these things. But I think looking back now, he did me a huge favor.
Yeah. How important is that, those principles? I mean, discipline at that young age, where bonka bangani bakho after school bayodlala umshini or bayodlala somewhere else. How important was that discipline, and also with regards to school, how did that impact you?
Exactly. I think it correlates. I think a lot of things that I learned from soccer applied in school, and a lot of things that I applied in school that I learned from school also applied in soccer. So I think soccer and education, or sports and education, go hand in hand, because both require discipline, both require you to manage your time, and also both require you to give your all in order to be successful. So, for me, obviously I used football as a tool to get education, but
Let's talk about that. So you play for Peacemakers. Are you playing at this time for your high school team?
At the time, I was in primary.
Yes.
My primary was stacked. I remember we played the Build It tournament.
Yeah.
I didn't play a single game. My dad was there and I cried. But my school won the tournament.
Yeah.
They were so good that I couldn't even get a chance, you know. But and then from Peacemakers, obviously, moving into high school, I moved to a club next to 𝐏𝐤𝐿𝐴 village, you mentioned there, at that park, Sister Monica.
Okay.
Yeah. He used to play for Jomo Cosmos.
Yes.
So we trained with him, and then he was the one who exposed me to Ikras, league, traveling for games and stuff like that. So that's when I got to enjoy a lot more football, because I was in an organized structure now. There's like referees, linesmen and stuff like that. So it was really like a step forward, and it was good for me.
All right, cool. And then you get through that into high school now. And then when do you move, and how difficult is it though for the ordinary guy who's watching the show to adapt to now playing on grass? Because Tina's dusty.
Yeah. I mean, it was a bit of a challenge in the beginning, but I feel like after 2-3 games, you kind of get used to it, man.
Okay.
It's soccer at the end of the day.
100%.
So slally ball. So that's why.
And then you've played for a couple of academies.
Yes.
Mamelodi Sundowns and some opposition teams.
Yes.
How do you then move into playing for those teams?
Okay, so what happened with that, after Sister Monica, a friend of mine, he actually plays for Pirates, 𝐏𝐤𝐿𝐴 Dlamini. He was at Stars of Africa at the time, so he helped me get the trial at that team. So I managed to impress Farouk Khan, and then he offered me a scholarship to stay there.
Amazing.
So I stayed there until I finished high school.
Okay.
And then after high school, we had to make a decision, because the plan was to, even the agreement with the academy was like, hey, after high school, we're going to try to send the boy overseas to see if he can, make his dreams happen, because I've always wanted to play overseas. That has been the biggest dream of mine. And I think it also, it came from my dad as well, because he told me, like, if you want to be the best, got to play with the best.
Yeah.
And not saying I'm undermining anything about South Africa, but as a young guy, you always dream to be out there.
You got to dream big.
Exactly. So from then, the move to go overseas didn't materialize. So my dad was like, because of what happened to me, go get an education in case football doesn't work out. So that's when I applied at UJ and several universities, and I was lucky to go on to UJ through soccer as well.
Amazing.
I applied, but it was late. But because I was pretty good in soccer, they allowed me to get through the system through soccer. So like I said,
What did you study?
I studied sports management.
Sports management. And how important is it though? Because I've heard some coaches speak about the importance of going to school and what it also does for you as a footballer while you're playing.
Yes. I mean, obviously you need talent. Talent is the biggest part. You need discipline, hard work. But also sometimes just to, understand instruction.
Yeah.
A lot of times, let's say you move to a foreign country. I mean, you gotta adapt to their culture, language, stuff like that. And then that's where I feel like education plays a part because you're able to express yourself in a manner where you're not, doubting yourself 100%. In a way you know who you are and you are pretty much confident in what you're doing.
Then the move to the USA, how does that come about?
Okay, so after I went to UJ, stayed at UJ a while. David Notwane.
Yes.
Yeah. He saw me because I got called up for the national team.
Yes.
And from the national team, I was the only one that didn't have a club.
Okay.
I was like UJ. Everyone else was Chiefs, Pirates, Supers, but I was just UJ. So David Notwane from the camps, he decided to invite me for tryouts at Sundowns. And then I came to the MDC team. I played 2 games. I scored on my debut and had an assist on my debut. We won the game, but then we lost the second game against Maritzburg. But with the logistics because I was still studying at the time at UJ, I was doing my second year, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, so the logistics to travel from Pretoria to UJ, they didn't work out.
Yeah.
And then the transfer to TUT didn't also work out because it was too late.
Yeah.
And at that time, I felt like, because my dad was like, you have to go back to school. You're not going to stay here.
Yeah.
We not even know if they're going to sign you or anything like that.
You wanted to drop out. You were ready to drop out?
I was ready to drop out because at the time, Sundowns MDC was number 1.
100%.
Knowing that if you win MDC, you go overseas. That's the dream that's the thing I've been wanting,
Yeah.
So I kind of felt like it was snatched away from me for a second, but I guess like God had a
different plan.
He had a bigger plan.
So you go back to school.
I go back to school, and then after going back to school, then we play against the rivals.
Okay.
We play against the rivals in the SAB league.
Yeah.
And then they were impressed because I did very well against them, so they decided to take me in.
Okay.
And then I spent a couple of months there, and there wasn't a way where I was like, okay, they're going to give me a first team contract because that's what I wanted. Yeah. They offered me like an MDC contract. Okay, for a young guy, it looks like, it's good. Yeah, it's good, man. You're going to be living, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like I said, my parents came in and they were like, this is not what you deserve. So if they're not going to give you a first team contract, we're going to try and look for other alternatives. Yeah, but while I was still playing at Chiefs, I was actually busy with, because the guy called Kyle Tim, he actually hit me up on Instagram. Yeah. Because he saw on the national team, there was the UJ thing. Because he's a scout for a college. No, he was an assistant coach at the time at Coastal Carolina. Okay. That's where my first university in the US came. So after 2 years, from 2016 to 2018 in UJ, Sundowns, and the rivals in between, I went to the US in 2018 through Kyle Tim, who recruited me through Instagram.
Were you not scared? I mean,
no, it was more excitement. My parents were scared because I remember the first time I had to talk to him on the phone. I had to put him on speaker in front of my parents. And then the first thing that happened, I think it was like a network problem or what happened, but as soon as I said, hello, I'm with my parents, stuff like that, he hung up. So my parents were like, I knew it. It's done. Yeah. And then I had to try and convince them again, ask Tim to send me his family pictures and stuff like that to make sure that, and then he also had to convince them through the call. But once the process started, it was a very long process because there's a lot of rules in the college system over there. So we had to, it took about 2 months.
Okay, for it to all come together.
To all come together to a point where, okay, now I'm getting my visa. I'm flying on to the...
You get on a plane, you land in the big USA.
I land in the big USA. I land in a state called South Carolina.
Yes.
Very humid, very hot. It's, by that time, it's August.
Yeah.
So school starts around August, September. Okay. So, early August, I'm there. I think it was the 13th. Yeah. 13th August, I'm there. Because I was still coming from here.
100%.
So I was wearing like it was a bit cold.
Yes.
So when I got there, it was really hot. And Costa was a good experience. But what I can say is you can easily get lost in college because there's a lot of things that go on. Yeah. There's parties, there's new experiences, there's new people, there's girls, there's all these things. So you have to be really careful also when you get to that point because, like I said, you can easily get lost in the sauce.
100%. So you land in America. How difficult was it then to adapt? Because now I take it going there as well, you still have to be in school, in college.
Exactly. Yeah.
You still have to be playing your football, and you're still just trying to figure your way around that environment.
Exactly. And the toughest part is as soon as I landed, the season was about to start. So
Sure.
it's straight on to preseason. Class are starting as well. So the biggest thing for me was the accent, to understand how they speak, because in the South, the accent is a little bit deeper than the rest of America.
Yeah, have you heard your accent? Yeah, we are this. Warola. From now on again, we are roller. So I'm listening to you, and I'm like,
but
Basazoglanza.
I shall have to deal with that. Né? But that was a little bit of a challenge, and obviously the weather.
Yeah.
Because like it was extremely humid.
Yeah.
Like humidity was a big factor. I remember we had a guy pass out also because he came in from Asia, but he wasn't really used to the weather.
Yeah.
The paramedics had to come in, so it was a real like
Shock.
Yeah.
Shock
It was a real struggle in the beginning, but once I got used to everything, the system and how it works and how like the draft works and stuff like that, because I came in as a junior.
Okay.
And from junior you can be eligible for the draft.
Okay.
I did well my first year, but there wasn't because in the US there's different conferences.
Okay.
So the conference I played was good, but it wasn't.
So conference is like the leagues, right?
So it's like the leagues, yes, because the US is so big.
Yes, they've
so
got different
it's
leagues.
hard to travel from for like TT to play UJ. It's easy.
Yes.
But let's say for like Oregon State to play a school in New York,
it's very far.
that's a long trip. That's like an 8-hour flight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our conference was good, but it wasn't good enough to get me where I
100%.
wanted to be.
Yeah.
So I did 2 years at Coastal, but on my senior year at Coastal, I got a lot of injuries. Started with my elbow, and then my ankles, my knees, and then the thing is about the college season, it's only from August to November, December.
Okay.
So if you miss 2-3 weeks in that period, you're missing probably 6 games. So I missed a lot of games. Like I didn't have enough profile to go to the draft.
Yeah.
So I decided to apply for an extra year to try and get a master's at least.
Okay.
And see if I can push for that opportunity again to go to the draft. And I moved to a different school now.
Okay.
So now I moved to Oregon State.
Yeah.
Oregon State. So I went from like East Coast to West Coast.
Yes.
From this side to that side. And when I got there, the weather is totally different. It's always raining. It's dark. You don't really get much sunlight.
Okay.
So, going to Oregon State was a big eye-opener for me because I met a lot of ambitious players, I would say. A lot of them are actually playing in the pro ranks right now. So, it was really inspiring. I had to shift my mindset a little bit because of how the standard of the team was at the time and the ambitions the coach had, because the coach was the assistant for the national team. So he had a lot of insight about professional football within the US. So... going there, like I said, weather was a struggle, but the good thing was I didn't go in straight to the season. I went there January, so I had the year to adapt and then play the season. But then COVID hit. So now the eligibility I had was for a year. But now when COVID hit, the rules, they managed to maneuver them a little bit, and then we were able to get an extra year.
In all this time, do you ever get a chance to come back home?
No. So from 2018 to 2020, I didn't come back home.
Shoo.
I was there all the time, and then I came back briefly 2020 because I had issues with my passport, and then I went back straight away.
You didn't get homesick?
Not really, because to be honest, like I said, at first it was more excitement, right? More than anything, just getting to know the States, the culture, to see how I can grow as a person, because I'm always someone that's looking for ways in which I can improve and grow and stuff like that. So it was more excitement rather than anything else. But then obviously once you get to the latter stages where it's like, now I'm facing these injuries, all these things, that's when I needed the support. But luckily at the time at Coastal, when I had those injuries, there were 3 other South Africans. So that made it much better. Yeah.
And the food?
The food was nice. I had no problem with the food. The only thing is I had to stay away from the junk. Yeah, because especially in college, you have a lot of access to it. So if you don't have that discipline, like I said, you can easily
All right.
Like, get used to that.
Yeah. And then, okay, after that, you overcome COVID, you overcome the injuries.
Yes, and then Oregon State, I play very well. I'm ranked number 87 in the country out of everyone. But then I didn't go to the combine. So combine is like all the best players of college come, but you have to get a letter. They come, and then it's like tryouts pretty much. They divide you into teams, and then you play, and then there's scouts, there's coaches and stuff like that. So I didn't get invited to that.
Okay.
So I'm panicking now. Yeah. I'm panicking. But at the time, like I said, we had a very ambitious team. So we had a guy who was like 5th in the nation. Yeah. So they had to bring cameras for him so that when he gets drafted, they record the whole thing. Yeah, but luckily, I don't know how I got drafted as a 28th pick by FC Dallas.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. After obviously having that good year with Oregon State and all that. FC Dallas actually took a chance on me in 2022.
All right, and how long did you stay with them?
I stayed with them from 2022 until now.
Until now?
Yes.
Then the call comes in.
Yes.
Where are you when the call comes in to say, hey?
It's funny because it's not the first time the call came in. The call came in first, I think it was 2023. Okay. But at the time, I was just trying to stabilize myself in the league, that side. So I wasn't confident in me trying to move around and try different things. I was still trying to find my feet in the professional ranks because I was new to kind of like everything. And at that time, obviously, not say I declined the offer, but it didn't work out.
Okay.
Yeah, like things happen in football and it didn't work out. But now, when it came around the second time, I think it was because I always wanted to play for Sundowns, man. Sundowns has been a team that stayed in my heart, especially considering that I felt like I was robbed of that moment to have victory and glory in this club. So, I always had that little thing that maybe one day.
There's a conversation we were having before the camera started rolling, and I think as a Mamelodi Sundowns fan, first of all, we hear, and like I'll sit here and you'll say, I've always wanted to play for this team. Yeah. And then it doesn't work out. And I understand that not everything is going to work out in life. And then you go and you sign with our rivals after you have said this to us. Do you understand the pain? Do you understand the frustration? Do you understand what that does to us? And I also understand the other side of the coin is that, unfortunately, whether we like it or not, you've got to put bread on the table. You've got a family to support. Exactly. But the emotion...
the emotion side for the supporters. That's a hard one because, I mean, like I said, if things didn't materialize, I had to find another plan. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like, I'm just going, just for the sake of it. But I get where you're coming from 100%. As a supporter. Yeah.
If somebody has never seen you play, because I think I want to say you're one of the fortunate players who have had the opportunity to play overseas. Yes. You played varsity level, but from there you went straight to the States. Yeah. How would you describe your style of play?
Oh, my style of play, I would say...
And your name is Tsiki, remember that?
I would say dynamic, creative, hardworking, and a team player.
We've moved away in football from like it's gone into a lot of things because it's just become a lot more technical. Exactly. But where do you think you are best suited to play in a game?
On the wings or number 10 or number 8.
You fast?
I can work my way around.
You think you can beat to Tapelomran?
Not with speed, but with my brain, I think I can. It might not be fast, but
all right. So I think we're excited to have you here. We're very excited that you've decided and you chose us this time, and it worked out. I think we are a very passionate bunch. Yeah. We hate losing. In fact, we don't know how to lose.
I saw that.
We are crybabies. Yeah. The moment we lose one game, we think the world is ending, but we will love you through and through. We will sing for you, we'll support you. So we want to say thank you for choosing us. Welcome to the mighty Mamelodi Sundowns. We're going for it again. Every year people call us obsessed with Champions League, and I say we're not obsessed, because if I say you're obsessed with living, it means ukuthi kahle kahle mawulala kumele ungavuki
Kumele
kusasa.
ungasavuki.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
see what you
it's a
mean.
tournament we play in every year. Of
Exactly,
course,
yeah,
we
we
want to
wanna
win it
win it,
every year, you know?
yeah.
So we're really looking forward to it. And I just want to say thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's the Pitchside Podcast. All the news, everything you want to know about the club, it lives on this platform.
Well, yeah, thank you. And thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure, guys.
It's a pleasure. Thank you
Yes,
very
sir.
much. Guys, that is the story. Please, man. What are your social media handles so we don't follow the wrong guy?
Facebook, 𝐏𝐤𝐭𝐜𝐡𝐬𝐢𝐿𝐴 Facebook, Instagram, 𝐏𝐤𝐿𝐴10_.
All right. So, halka mbona albanyana.
Thinking into the
Masandawana, another exclusive episode of the Pitchside Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave us your comments. We are Masandawana.
Kabuyelo.